din din da din din tak dina di dina dina di dina din tak dina dina ka ta tak dina din din da din din tak dina ka tin tak dina ka tin tak dina.
Today for Dream Deutschland, our moderator is our esteemed guest Romana Hussain. I would like to start off the session by introducing Romana. She is a Karachi-based writer, artist, and educator. She is the author of 2 acclaimed coffee table books, Karachi Wala, A Subcontinent Within a City, which is about Karachi's diverse communities, and Street Smart, Professionals on the Street. Romana co-founded the book group in 1988. We are honored to have you with us today. The floor is yours. Please give them a big hand.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Guten Tag, I must say. Is that right, Maha? Yeah? Okay. Since this book is about Germany, and it's very interesting. I just got it 2 days ago, and it is about South Asians who go to Germany in particular for the first time to study. मेरा ख्याल है ये बच्चे ज़रा सेटल हो जाएं तो फिर बात करते हैं. जल्दी से आ जाइए आप लोग. जी. Danke. Okay. So, it says it's about people who go to study in Germany from South Asia. Now, interestingly, there are students from India, from Bangladesh, from Sri Lanka, mostly from India, but not a single one from Pakistan. However, these 2 young women, and I want to introduce them, Abir Kasiri and Aisha Tariq, they have done a few illustrations in this book. It is like a comic book, as you can see. Okay? So each person who wrote something about his or her experience there, arriving in a strange land for the first time, these 2 have illustrated some of those, observations. So Abir is, and I am really privileged that I'm doing this because these young women have been known to me. Abir and Aisha, I'll begin with Aisha first. I have known Aisha for a number of years. We worked together on a project, on a book actually. And so Aisha is a multidisciplinary artist. She is also a stand-up comedian, besides being an illustrator, a designer. And I'm not going to read out your intros from here. I feel I know you enough. And Abir, I happened to work with in 2023, was it? Yes. So Abir is a published illustrator, and she does these, remarkable illustrations. She also holds workshops, and she shares her expertise, her passion with students of all ages who want to learn. And both of them are based in Karachi, which is convenient. Now, this caught my eye, the first piece by somebody called Anish Biswas. And he says, professors encouraged us to think critically and question everything, which was both liberating and daunting. it's very telling whether you are from India or Pakistan or Bangladesh or Sri Lanka. I think the system of education, you know, when you go abroad, particularly to the West, and you realize that you have to be very hands-on, you have to find your, answers to your questions and so on. Now, the things that people are finding difficulties in dealing with are sometimes very mundane, you know. I remember I first went to Germany in 1985 when my husband, sitting right here, he was training with the Flughafen, the airport, Frankfurt Airport Authority, because he was, he's the chief architect of the Karachi airport here. So he went there for training for 3 months, and I visited him there for about a fortnight. And the second time I went there, I was invited by the Frankfurt Book Fair in 1999. So yes, things are daunting. If you have not been to the West before, you find even crossing the road a problem. You know, how do you do that? What do these signs mean? What do they say? Now, Aisha, you illustrated this story called Hares, Tortoises, and Dogs. And it is by a Sri Lankan student. Her name is Bhagya Nilupuli Sumanasri Holakange. And I was wondering how the Germans dealt with this name, which is written in 2 lines. You know, so yeah, dealing with South Asian students. In fact, I was also thinking, what if we, turn this on its head, and people who live here, who come to visit here to Pakistan, if we have similar stories from them. You know, what are their first impressions, and how do they find this country, and how do they deal with our idiosyncrasies? You know, so for everywhere, I think this is true, that when you leave your culture and you are so familiar with things at home, and then you go somewhere and it's completely different and you are on your own, no family support there. So Aisha, tell us about this particular story. Yes. Just touch this and see. No? ये on कर दीजिए. They're saying it's on.
Hello?
No.
Can you hear me?
No. Abhi, yours works. So just
Hello?
Hello? Yeah, I
Yes,
think it's working.
maybe you can. अच्छा वो आ रहे हैं. ठीक है.
Hello?
जल्दी से.
Hello? Yeah. I'm here. I can't really comment about how difficult it was to pronounce Bhagya's name. But what attracted me to her story was, shared experiences and also love of animals. At the time when I was working on these comics, my cat suddenly got sick, and she passed away. So I think even that played a part for me to work on these as well.
Although this has a dog in it.
Yeah, but love is love.
Yes, of course. Yes.
So, yeah, and I think I wanted to, the way the project worked was first they had sent us a very simple essay, and it was up to us to probe them further if we wanted to. So with Bhagya, I had, a Zoom call, and then she sent me more photos. So a lot of what I wrote was not in her first share, it was borrowed from different parts of her sharing. And I think the more you talk to somebody, the more, you find connections. So it ranged from, transport to mobility. Yeah, and I had to pick and choose how I illustrated. And one of my interests, something I've been curious about is, how do I combine journaling, which is something that I do, and illustration. So I wanted to do some sort of graphic journaling in this project. So, yeah.
Thank you, Aisha. So I was wondering, were you girls given a choice which stories you would like to illustrate, or were you just given those? Abhi?
So yes, we were given the choice of, are you guys able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
now.
great. So yes, we were given the choice of multiple stories, and we had to select 2 of each. So then, then whatever resonates with us the more, whatever we are, comfortably with. And also something, I think the reason why I chose my stories is because I felt they resonated with us the most,
Now that's very telling, because Abir's story is called Beer and Bread. Yeah, prohibited stuff in this part of the world. So, Abir, you illustrated for this Indian student, Bhumika Raghavendra. So you also had a Zoom meeting with her?
No, actually, I think whatever she has written already, it was enough for me to go into that. And also, I felt like it was on us if we wanted to have a meeting with the writer or not, if we want to, say. So what I loved about this project was having that creative freedom to, create something of our own. So I had given 2 comics, and I really wanted to take 2 different approaches for both of the comics. So with Bhumika 1, it was all about beer and breads, and how many different kinds of breads were there, and how she was attracted to all those smells around her and everything. So I felt like it has a very beautiful visual, and I just like to keep it like that.
So have you, or Aisha, have you been to Germany?
Not
No.
yet.
Not yet. Now, maybe now you want to go?
Yeah,
Yes?
This project inspired me to start learning. So
Yes.
it's been 103 days since I've been practicing.
No, the reason I ask is because I was wondering, one of the illustrations of Abir is this one. The lady holding several beer mugs. And, when I was there, I remember there was a beer festival, and it just flowed in Frankfurt. And yes, the waitresses can hold so many glasses, maybe half a dozen or more, and they can balance those. So that is why I asked if you have been there, you have seen this happening.
No, I haven't.
No, you haven't. Okay. The other story that Abir, you have illustrated is about buying a new SIM. When you go to a new country and you that is your first thought. How do I stay in touch with people? So I have to buy a SIM. And this is for a Bangladeshi student, a postgraduate student, Farhana Chaudhry. So, did you enjoy this? Because I really enjoyed reading about, her problem, her frustration, because it's a highly mechanized country. Everything is, machines and so on, and dealing with all that. So when you read this, how did you interpret it?
So when I read the story, I loved it because I understand, when you go somewhere else and everything is digitized as compared to us still living in the third world country, struggling with, basic things. So I loved the concept, and also it comes with this anxiety. Now what? How am I going to talk to this person? How I'm going to communicate to this person? Or maybe I don't want to, or maybe let's get done with this. So I felt like that roller coaster of emotions, just to, getting out of your room and to get to the store and buying a SIM. It's just a SIM. But that whole roller coaster, I enjoyed it so much. I was, experimenting with different expressions and all that. So yeah, that intrigued me to choose this story.
And I think compounded with that is your, like if you don't know the language,
yeah, exactly.
Then it is really difficult. And I think some of these students face that difficulty because they did not know the language, or they knew only rudimentary German. But some of them had studied German for 5 or 6 years. But even so, they had this cultural shock because just knowing the language still did not prepare them how to live in those cities, right, Aisha? You have rinse, rise, repeat. And this also spoke... this story, I'm sure it spoke to you at some levels.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. This was the story that Abir and I both shared. It's the same writer. And then we had to decide, okay, you take this part of the story and I'll take this part of the story. And even in this, Farhana's experience was that she hasn't lived on her own before. And she has, back home, she has cats who are equal parts of her family. So even when her family passes judgment on Farhana's lifestyle, she decides to be a service worker.
Yeah.
So for us, service work is not respectable. So this was something that the family and even the cat had a lot of shock value to it कि हमने तुम्हें इस वजह से बाहर भेजा है कि तुम वहाँ पे ये कोई भी काम उठा लो इसके लिए तुम masters कर so yeah, again I think comedy was a big part of my writing apart from it being day-to-day style of writing. So yeah.
So it brings me to Satyam Kumar, an Indian, again, postgraduate student, because I found this that he has written. The most important life lesson I learned here in Germany is that Germans respect the dignity of all kinds of work, where no job is good or bad, big or small. Now this says a lot about a society, right? And Aisha just spoke about Ms. Chaudhry's choice of doing work which her family back in Bangladesh, yes. So whether, like I said, whether it's India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, we think alike. And you said she lived with her family. Now here, even a 40-year-old, if not married, or even if married, will be expected to live with the parents, right? True. So that is a big cultural difference that, you lead over protected lives, and therefore these problems that one faces, from cooking to cleaning. I mean, people have not lifted a vacuum cleaner or a broom or a, a jhadu in their lives. And when they go there and they have to cook, they have to clean, they have
Also,
to wash.
may I add, especially if your family is not validating what you're doing or celebrating you for your choices. So in this story, it was about her feeling like, am I doing the right thing by coming here? Did I make good choices? And the story itself goes on for her to find meaning in what she has created. She decided to work in a salad factory and she makes salads, and it didn't mean much to her in the beginning, but at the end, as she's walking through the grocery aisle, and then she finds, as she's questioning her life choices, and then she finds that salad package, she goes like, look, I created that, maybe it all means something. So yeah.
Yeah, what are your impressions, Abhi?
For Farhana, or for the story?
For the story, yes.
I really like the ideas that, sometimes there are very little things that gives us joys and these new experiences. And there's always we are very critical of ourselves, because the struggle that South Asian students or anyone going abroad faces most is about the communication and questioning their choices. Although they must be masters in English or in German or very fluent in it, but at the moment they face it, they start questioning their own worth and their own, the whole idea of their choices and everything.
Yeah.
So I feel like these little joys and these little victories, day to day, that was basically, I felt like it was all celebration of that, that they made it.
Yeah.
We are helping
Yeah.
them to, visualize that as well.
And like I said, the cultural differences. Here, a 60-year-old can't have a drink, but there, a 16-year-old, that is the age when you can begin to have alcohol. So yes, and this story, again, an Indian student, Tapanta Bhanja, he probably has written about how people plan their lives or work by the calendar, that you ask somebody, are you free this Saturday, let's do something together, and that person might say, okay, so maybe 5 weeks from now, that Saturday, we can, do something together. तो वो तो बिल्कुल बेहोश ही हो जाता है ना, कि ये सोचकर कि हमें तो अभी 2 दिन का हमने प्लान किया होता है, and they know what their weeks are going or weekends are going to look like. The other thing I want to mention is, and somebody has written about it here as well, when I went to Germany for the first time, I was so surprised that on Sundays, Frankfurt looked like a haunted city. Everybody was gone, the streets were quiet, the homes were all, and even otherwise during weekdays, शाम के बाद आपको किसी घर से किसी बच्चे की आवाज़ नहीं आती थी. You would not hear children playing or crying or being outdoors. None at all. I think the parents are such strict disciplinarians that they put them to bed by maybe 6 o'clock. So I think these things, over here you find people dragging their children to weddings even if the food is served at midnight and they have to go to school the next day. So these are huge differences, right?
Yeah.
So, and also we also have shared struggles. I think that's also why this project really worked.
You think for both of you, if you were going to visit Germany, this has kind of prepared you better now?
Yes.
You know, going through all these stories, you know what to expect?
Yeah. Also to give some context, this project is sponsored by Goethe.
Right.
And it is to encourage students, like Germany is really proud of offering free education, and I think this book is a unique kind of a resource for you to get to know about what to expect there if you move there
Right.
and decide to study there. So yeah.
I had saved it for the end that yes, Goethe Institute, Karachi has published the book. So, you know, they have actually put it together. And even though there is no representation of a single student from Pakistan.
There was. I have a story. No. There's a story behind this.
Oh, there is.
Can I share it?
Okay, but not here, right?
No,
Not
no,
in the
no,
book.
no.
Okay.
So
Behind the scenes.
there was this one Pakistani student who did make a submission, but sadly they did not get the visa. So they did write everything, and then they ended with, "Oh, it was all a dream because I never got my visa." So he couldn't include that in the book.
So that wasn't included. All right, I think we'll open the floor because we just have maybe 5 minutes to the audience if anybody has a question. Anyone? There are some young people sitting at the back. Would you like to go study in Germany? You have any questions? Yes, Azra. A mic over there, please. यहाँ front में. Right in the front.
There's a button.
आप दे दीजिए ना खोलकर. पीछे सुनाई नहीं देगा. आप प्लीज माइक दीजिए इन्हें.
My question was, and perhaps the girls could answer, or you, is the education in English language where all these students were studying, or did they have to learn the German language before starting the education?
Okay, so either Anila or Maha, maybe you can answer that question. Is the education there in German or is it in English? Can she have the mic, please?
Yeah, actually it is in both languages. Some of the subjects they are offering in public university in English language also, but for the technical subjects like engineering or medical, they are offered in German language only because of the terminologies. But otherwise, the other subjects like if you go for political science or for economics or for business or even some of the computer science programs, they are offered in English language in public universities also. Private universities usually give out their courses in English language only because they are the private one. They are charging the full fees. But the public universities are not taking any tuition fees.
Okay.
And still they are teaching some of the subjects in English language.
Okay, I've just been shown the card that the time is up. So thank you very much, audience. Thank you, Aisha and Abir, and I hope you get a number of more projects to do and brighten the books with your comic strips or illustrations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to our wonderful speakers. That was an insightful discussion. And thank you to our wonderful audience.
We are
Our next
available
session-
for work. We're available for work if you want to hire us.
Our next session, Are We Listening to Our Youth, begins in 15 minutes. Thank you. Have a pleasant day.
Tin tin takda din din da, tin tin takdina di dina, tina di dina, tin takdina, tuna katta takdina. Tin tin takda din din da, tin tin takdina di dina, tina di dina, tin takdina, tuna katta takdina, din din da, din din takdina, katin takdina.